This TV is truly a game changer and it is ready for the PlayStation 5 right out of the box. Hey everyone, thanks so much for joining me. In today's video, I want to share with you my initial review of the new LG CX OLED TV and how it handles the PlayStation 5 like an absolute champ. As always, if you enjoy this video and find it helpful, please be sure to hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe so that you can always stay up to date on my latest videos. Let's get right into it. Now, I couldn't resist making this video for you guys as soon as I got the LG CX OLED TV, and this is the 55-inch model, but it goes as low as 48 inches and I think as high as 75 inches. I wanted to show you a couple things that I noticed right off the bat as to how OLED TVs compare to older TVs and their technology, and just how much cooler they are to merit the higher price tag. Now, for some context, I actually upgraded from a Samsung KS8000 LED LCD TV that has 4K and HDR. It is a model from a few years ago, but I wanted to highlight just how much improvement OLED is over LED LCD, especially when it comes to gaming on the PlayStation 5. So when I opened the LG CX OLED TV right out of the box, I immediately noticed the almost infinite contrast between light and dark areas, as I noticed that my KS8000 Samsung had a little bit of what's called a bleeding effect between the light and the dark areas. And that's actually because an OLED TV, every individual pixel is lit up. Whereas an LED LCD TV, they actually use backlighting in order to light the pixels from the sides and the back. And if I were to compare the differences between this TV and my last LED LCD TV, it would boil down to one word, which is crisp. I can immediately see the text and the dark areas on the left and the lighter objects in the middle and towards the right. It pops out at you almost like it's a 3D picture, even though it's not. And when you're in the middle of a game, you can immediately see how crisp this picture is because of that contrast between the light and the dark. Something else that I immediately noticed too was when the developers came up with the colors for certain things like text boxes that I thought were a lighter gray color, they're actually a dark black. And that actually transfers to the objects in the game and the movements as well. And that truly just creates that crisp picture. What I think is so cool about this super sharp color and contrast is when you enter a dark room like in here, you can individually pick out the details even though the coloring is darker than it would be in a lighter environment. That I was not able to see in my previous LED LCD TV, and I noticed that there was a transfer between the light and the darkness of those darker environments, and it kind of made things harder to see, and therefore I had to turn up the brightness on the TV, which made that haziness even worse. On this OLED TV, although it is not as bright of a picture as that can be done with an LED LCD TV, the self-lit individual pixels on an OLED TV, you will be able to pick out the details of the picture that much better. One more thing I wanted to point out. So when I first connected the PlayStation 5 to the LG CX OLED TV, it immediately recognized that it was a next generation gaming console, and it optimized the picture so that it would produce HDR, and it allowed me to easily put on game mode through the picture settings menu. And I'm starting to notice that this game mode, along with AMD's FreeSync technology and NVIDIA AI that's built into this TV as well, is truly producing a picture that is unlike any other I've ever seen in a gaming television. Not only does the combination of these technologies produce a sharp picture, but it's also virtually blur-free. And to me, that's a huge advantage while playing games such as Call of Duty, because you're able to pick out enemies in the distance that I feel that you normally wouldn't catch at a moment's notice if it wasn't for that crisp and sharpness of picture, such as that in an LED LCD TV that has a backlit panel and non-self-lit pixels. So I was able to get this TV on sale for just over $1,500 US with tax. But I know as competition increases with other OLED TV manufacturers like Vizio, that price will come down. I'll leave a link down in the description below so that you can check out this TV and its latest price point. Another thing that I loved about this TV, and the reason why I bought this specific model of OLED TV, because it comes with 4 HDMI 2.1 inputs, which is the latest standard of HDMI technology that allows you to game at 4K at 120 frames per second. Now, although we're not quite there for the vast majority of games to push out 4K at 120 frames per second, I like the peace of mind that there's 4 HDMI 2.1 inputs and that future proofing is there to allow that 4K 120 frame per second games to play as smoothly as possible on this OLED TV without there being any potential issues like screen tearing due to lack of variable frame refresh, which this TV also supports. And with the LG CX OLED TV, you can be confident that it will run all of your PlayStation 5 games at top-notch quality. This TV is something that I've never seen before in previous models, in that it produces a truly sharp, crisp, and almost blur-free picture that allows me to game like I never have before. I'm so excited that I got this TV, and I'll be sure to publish more videos on this TV as I get used to it more and more. But I wanted to come out with this video as soon as I got it because I was so excited on my initial reaction of how awesome this TV was. If you just got the PlayStation 5 console and you need help with transferring your data from your PlayStation 4 to your brand new PS5, I just published a video right here that you can check out, and I'll leave in the description below as well. That's a walkthrough tutorial of the absolute easiest way to make sure that all of your information smoothly downloads and transfers from the PS4 to the PS5, including your PlayStation Network ID and all that information as well. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please be sure to hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe so that you can always stay up to date on my latest videos just like these. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.